Hello, everyone. On this week's episode, we've got many messages. 3 of those messages are the new planner on the web. We're going to talk about what that means. And yes, they are removing functionality. Yikes. We're also going to talk about how OneDrive is going to prompt you in special cases when you're deleting files. No, not the one that it does now with mass file deletion. We're talking about something else, so stick around to hear that one. And then a third one I wanted to mention is, sometimes you have those people who just won't take no for an answer. And they just ping you on Teams outside of your organization. They say, hey, well, now you can actually permanently block them from contacting anyone in your organization. So that and many more messages, depends on your definition of many, on episode 349. Let's roll the intro.
What is your definition of many?
3.
Is it marketing definition? Like,
yes, it's
the world's
definition.
best?
Yes.
Hey, everyone.
This is the world's best podcast that covers the Microsoft 365 Message Center. This is the world's best. I feel very confident in saying that. I also feel confident in saying, hey, would you share out this episode? Go ahead and take the URL up above, put it in social, and tag us at 365MCS on all the socials that matter. We'd love to see that. And if you do, we will reply to you with a GIF. Now, I spelled it because in the live sorting show that we do every week, where you get to come and join us and tell us what to do, you get to order Daryl around.
Daniel got very generous.
I said the same thing, and I said GIF, and Daryl's like, wait, you're sending everyone a gift?
Casper heard gift.
No, I did not say gift. I said GIF. So anyway, would love for you to just share. Go ahead and grab that URL, paste it. You're done. Greatly appreciate that. And, go ahead and follow us as well at 365MCS, but make sure you tag us. Would love to see that.
We have been, delivering value for 7 years. We actually, as part of the message sorting, we got onto a discussion about how long we've been doing it, and it looked like we had an anniversary in August when Daniel joined
or last month,
on the first episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really where you need to start counting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's true. That's true. Everything else was just a dress rehearsal.
Sure. Speaking of dressing,
yep.
Let's start in our first message, which is we're dressing up our chats in Teams with images.
Okay, that was creative. Microsoft Teams image viewing improvements in chat, MC886660. The way that we view messages in a chat is changing for the better, we think. When you used to open up a image or a couple of images, maybe you'd get like a little arrow on the right-hand side and go, next, okay, what's next? Oh, okay, that one, yes, okay. Any more? No, all right. New experience is something more like what do they call them? Light box. Yeah, where you've got the image above and then thumbnails below showing the progression as you go through. It's a quick update, but it's a nice little one to just set the expectation that there are a few more images coming. It's visual, and you've got the usual controls up the top right-hand corner to download it and other things. Yeah. Daniel, how valuable, what was the deep thoughts and wisdom that you're going to share about this update?
I don't remember. Was there great value? Are you making
I'm just baiting you, man.
Are you jonesing me or whatever?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
don't know.
It's beginning to roll out now, mid-September, and complete by mid-October. It'll turn up. And you probably won't think about it until the next time you open up an image in chat and there's multiple images there to rifle on through. But let's see if I can keep pace with Daniel's creativity. And I think that's
There's
the
no
plan
way.
anyway. What?
There's no way you can't keep pace with my creativity.
Well, no, that's the plan. But that was very weak.
I'm playing. So this one is the new Microsoft Planner for the web. Can we stop there just for a second? They didn't say Microsoft Planner, the new Microsoft Planner for the web. They just said
So
the
disappointed.
Microsoft Planner for the web.
They needed the product name in there twice.
I don't think so. This is the only message this week that does it, that is not doing it like this. And I applaud you because we don't really like that. This is MC887371. And Daryl mentioned on the live show that we did, the sorting show, this is kind of, if you've noticed, Planner on the web and Planner in Teams, for instance, really hasn't been keeping up with each other. And the functionality isn't the same, really. This is bringing that up to speed, modernizing, if you will, the Planner on the web experience, for the web experience. So this is you can see in the screenshot that that this is the new look of the new Planner, and the screenshot shows you looking at a plan when you go to planner.cloud.microsoft, being able to look at and see, and this looks very much like the Planner experience that you would have in Teams. You have your My Day, My Task, My Plans. So this is, I think, good, right, to keep the functionality the same. But what I might be bad for you is actually what's listed in the how this will affect your organization. So the first bit is, hey, this stuff won't be available, but will be available early next year. That includes opening plans associated with a loop task list. We've been waiting on that. I mean, that's something that we've been waiting on. Board view for Assign to Me. Love that, etc. So you can see this. Undoing the deletion of a task. Yes, that is important. Now, below that, so let's celebrate that. Yay, new stuff coming.
Still coming.
Early. Still coming, but hopefully within 3-4 months. Maybe. No guarantees. Do not write me. However, right below that is things they're like, we're getting rid of these things because nobody's using it. Now, we've talked about on the show before, I'm not entirely sure I believe telemetry, and when Microsoft says, according to telemetry, nobody uses this, or this is low usage. Do I believe you? I'm not sure. But here are the things getting removed. Charts for pinned plans in Planner. Somebody's going to call me and be like, Daniel, quit telling people they're not telling the truth. While you're away notifications, I actually found that helpful because it's the help me keep up to date of what's going on since the last time I'm here. I actually like that. The next one was one that was a bit called out in the live show sorting show. Activity log of a task creation, assignments, and completion date in the task comment. So we're losing that. So it's basically kind of like not a version history, but what has happened to this task.
Yeah.
We're losing it.
That's an odd one, Daniel, because it's when they say that these features have been removed because of low usage. What? Like, it appears in the comments underneath.
Yeah, how do you track usage of
something that appears?
That just appears.
Yeah.
That one's an oddball. I don't like that one at all. That right there tells me, that gives me the hair on the back of my neck stands up like Spider-Man. I'm like, and if Daryl doesn't put a Spider-Man mask on my face on the video when he's editing.
Oh, you're asking for that?
I will be.
Hey, editor.
I will be. Anyway. So I don't like that one at all. That one. Anyway, I'll keep going. The menu option. So when you're in a plan, you could leave a plan. We're not going to have that anymore. Okay. Suggested attachments. the customized backgrounds for plans. This is one of those kind of like cheeky things, not cheeky, but one of those things like, oh, that's a feature, cool. Like, will people actually use this? I had my doubts, but it actually helps break up the view between plans. When you're switching plans can really get boring in that, they look the same, they have the same lanes or whatever. And you're like, which plan am I on? Oh, but a background image can help. Now, can it be distracting? Absolutely. But it can help. So I don't like that removal either.
Daniel, this would have been the perfect opportunity to add another Copilot designer feature where, here's a suggested background, or throw this prompt and create a background.
Yes. I think it's interesting that they mention Copilot in this message, so you can at the very top, but really none of this has to do with Copilot. So I'm just like, anyway. So this is rolling out for targeted release early October, so early next month, 2024, completed by mid-October. General availability worldwide, mid-October through late November 2024. And then for GCC, rolling out November 2024 through late January. So, interesting. Give feedback to the product team if you'd like, using the thumbs up or down on that message, if you will. One thing that Planner does help us with is a unified view of all of our tasks. Wouldn't that be great for channels and teams?
Sure. Yep. It's definitely useful. Yeah. Okay. Microsoft Teams' new unified view of all your teams and channels. This is MC 887377. We want to draw attention to this message because it is quite a change in your experience if you're wanting to look at your list of teams and make some changes. Again, harkening back to our message sorting live stream, we got into classifying this as the where's my cheese, or you've moved my cheese. So this cheese, or this feature, is going to be moved away from what we might normally do if we wanted to check out the manage teams features or look at our channels. We would go to the channel or the team in our teams and channels list, use the three dots beside the team or the channel and make the changes there. In the new experience, it's going to be using the three dots at the very top of our team channel panel. Yeah, I just thought I'd grab that while it was sitting right there. And there'll be an option called Your Teams page. Now, this is nice. It gives you a nice grid of all the teams that you are a member of, teams that you manage. There's a couple of collapsible lists there, active and archived. But you can sort the lists, or rather you can sort them by the columns. You can see some that are hidden or meant to say private or public, whether they're shown or not, and then you can drill down from there into the channel list. This, Daniel, I see in my experience now, at least that first screen, I can go through and see the Your Teams list of things. I quite like that I can go there. I just think that it's good to highlight that the cheese is moving. This is where you'll find that capability.
Sure.
It's the next one that I've seen it in other places that I've worked, but I don't see it in my tenant right now. The channels list and whether you can manage and show and hide those from there.
I think this is one of those where you might want to do a brown bag special, not special session. Brown bag specials, like you go to the restaurant and get your lunch. No, this one is you might want to do if you do a monthly or quarterly, training session or office hours in your organization, whatever you do to communicate these changes, this is something that, it's teams and people trying to find and it's actually the biggest pain point in Teams, I think, is just trying to find stuff. Stuff meaning files or chats or channels or whatever, team. I mean, all of that, just trying to find stuff in general. And so, this is one of those I think you need to keep your users updated. The other thing I would say, Daryl, is these screenshots are a little interesting, especially on the left-hand side of those screenshots. It's very interesting where it doesn't look right. It has chats at the top, and then it has teams and channels below that, all in one.
Yeah.
I don't
Combined?
understand it, because there's only one team there, Contoso, but there's obviously multiple teams that this person has access to because you can see them over on the right-hand side. So I don't understand that. That's interesting.
I don't know.
What's going on?
I think it's just to watch this space and see what else is coming.
Maybe.
But it's a mock-up for sure.
Indeed.
Or maybe it's a muck-up. They mucked up how they marked it up. When is this arriving? In stages. Targeted release will begin rolling out October 2024, complete by early October 2024. Right? It's there. Boom. But then how come I've got it now, Daniel? Because maybe I've got half of the update. General availability worldwide will begin rolling out mid-October, expected to be complete late October, and then general availability GCC, High. DoD High will begin rolling out early December 2024, complete by early December 2024. Another instant release. I know, it's just instantly useful. Daniel, there's something else that you kind of want to be wary of that could instantly mess up your day and the day of others if you're working with them.
Well, what product are we talking about? Well,
could be
Microsoft OneDrive. New prompt to confirm deletion of shared items and updated prompt for local mass item deletions. MC Quad 8 7.2. Yes, I got the special one, Quad 8 7.2.
Wow.
So, what are we talking about? Right now, when you go and delete a bunch of files, default's 200, you go and delete a bunch of files from your folder or your OneDrive sync folder that's on your local machine, you're going to get a prompt saying, hey, you're deleting a lot of files here. And that's really helpful for, people may go, oh, I don't want that folder, and they hit delete, and it's like, whoa, there's a lot of files in there. Do you really want to delete this? Just to kind of give you a heads up. Now, there's a recycle bin, blah, blah, blah. Yes, actually. But just like, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute there, Joe. Do you really mean to delete all that stuff? Now, they're going to be adding a new type of prompt. It's going to look similar, but this one is if you're deleting shared items. These are items that you've shared out with other people. Now, think of the scenario here. I create files, I share them with my team, but then I go through and I delete items, and I'm just like, I'm deleting. Maybe I'm doing carelessly, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm intentionally like, oh, there's a file, delete. Well, I've just shared that out, last week, and there's going to be a prompt like, hey, delete shared items. Just to kind of give you a heads up. Hey, when you delete this, it's deleting for everybody, right? You shared it out of your OneDrive. Therefore, when you delete it, no one's going to have access to it anymore. So that's nice to see this added to that kind of thinking of when deleting files, saying, hey, maybe you need to take care that you're not deleting, or maybe you should move that file somewhere. Maybe if it's something that needs to remain shared, maybe it should belong in a team or on, a SharePoint site, team site or something. Yeah, right. Maybe that should, that's a suggestion for an updated, it's a delete but move to SharePoint or something button there. There's a good suggestion. Let's write that up. Also, there's updates to the existing warning on deleting multiple, mass file deletions. For me though, the updated prompt is not the biggest update here for me. It's this new prompt for shared items getting removed. And Daryl, I did want to mention the text right below that second screenshot there of admins can set a group policy to prevent users from opting out from seeing those prompts. I actually, as I said here, I would suggest that admins do that, because you'll see in these screenshots, it has a checkbox that says don't ask again when deleting, shared items or, but if someone accidentally clicks that or goes, oh, I don't want to see this, and they click it and they don't think of the ramifications, they're just like, quit bugging me, then they won't get prompted. So what do you think about that? The suggestion on admins maybe making that to where people can't check that box.
I agree with it. Yeah, I think that it helps to give people warning and just deal with it when it appears.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about this? Do you like this deleting a message when you go into delete shared items in your OneDrive?
I think the only time I would find that annoying is if I was doing a massive tidy up. If I was going through and just trying to clean out my OneDrive to be trim and clean and happy and proper. I don't know. And that's not really an oftenly carried out exercise.
Because you keep it pretty messy. Yeah, I get it.
No, it's always kept in order.
This is rolling out worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and DoD mid-September, so now-ish, 2024, and expected completed by early October. Now, I talked about this at the top of the show in the lead-in. I want to block people who are harassing my employees via Teams messages from external people. Tell us, Daryl, how can we do this?
Well, you can. You can. Now, Microsoft Teams block a user for your organization. MC, I get to say it this time, Quad 8 79 4. We know the scenario. When someone is messaging you from outside the organization, at least now, at the moment, we have I guess it's like a little prompt to say, do you want to accept this message? Yeah. Before you actually get to see the message. But once you're connected with someone, the message is there. You continue the conversation. Now, sometimes, and I haven't had this myself, but sometimes you need to block someone personally. Say, look, you're spamming me. I don't want to hear from you. Maybe they're bullying. Maybe they're getting a bit unpleasant for some business reason or whatever whatever. This update allows an admin to create a organization level block for specific accounts. You can run that, or you can create that block list, and they won't be able to have one-on-one chats or group chats with anybody in your organization. Lastly, it'll also remove them from any existing chats that they may have been part of beforehand. I can see this being used in some cases.
I would think it's not a often thing, right? It's not going to be you're going to need to dedicate hours and hours to do this every week or every day even. But, this it might be something that you have to do in a short period of time. You have to do a lot. If someone's spamming you and you block, they may go to another tenant and do it some more, and you have to block. And so there may be, I think from a organization standpoint, you might need to have a reporting feature of some sort to where you can quickly gather information that people are getting messages from people that are unwarranted or unwanted. And unwanted is different than malicious, and that's what this is called, malicious user. Right? Unwanted, just means someone contacted me. That doesn't necessarily mean they need to be blocked by the whole organization. So don't go crazy. I just caution admins, don't go crazy with this. It's malicious intent, not, hey, I'd like to, meet with you, or I'd like to talk to you about our product. No, thank you. Just because they message doesn't mean you should block them, right? I don't know. Now, if they message, all 1,500 people in your organization, then maybe you need to block them. Do you feel the same way? I mean, that's kind of how I'm feeling about this.
That's what, as I'm talking through this, the example comes to mind, and it's a sensitive topic at the moment. But when people are let go, and maybe they go in a disgruntled fashion, they get on another team's tenant of some sort and start hassling and haranguing people from their former employment. That's one example. Maybe that's happening a bit more nowadays. But yeah, it's a thing that admins can leverage. General availability will begin rolling out October 2024, complete early November 2024, and available for you.
Can I just quickly mention something? Because I'm going to mention it in the next message too.
Okay.
Where are the screenshots? Where's the links to where you go? I mean, it talks about where you navigate. Just put a URL in there. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, fair enough. Well, let's talk about the Daniel, you completely threw me. I had this good segue and it's just gone now. It's gone. I know. But I tell you what, we can rework this. Let's do it over text.
SharePoint Online, enhancements to text web part, MC quintuple 8.3. Is that a how do you say that when you say 5?
I don't know. 5. Let me look that up.
Ask Copilot while I'm working on this.
I'm not asking Copilot.
It's a triple and a double added together. 8.3. So this is enhancements, just like the title, to SharePoint's text web part, being able to do things like setting font colors, paragraph styles, which I know that Daryl is a fan of, as well as the line spacing, and I'm going to ask him about that so he can tell everybody. The ability to highlight columns and rows when you insert a table. I mean, all this is kind of functionality we're like, yeah, it should totally do that. And now it's going to. As I interrupted Daryl before and totally screwed up his flow, this does not have a screenshot. How about a screenshot, peeps? We'd greatly appreciate it.
How about I put one up there right now?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
There you go. Daryl, talk about your thoughts on line spacing and everything where that this is fixing, really, that you've had issues with before.
Issues? Just that we now have options. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's maybe it doesn't matter to some people, but line spacing, kerning, paragraphs, styles, even text styles are important when you're using paragraphs and text on a page. Now, I like these new options. We did have one sneak in early-ish, and that was the no spacing option. That was the idea here is that when we set something as a block or a paragraph text and we hit enter and we get another paragraph, there's a slight gap between the two paragraphs. So we can clearly see paragraph 1, paragraph 2. There's a no spacing option now where if you start a new paragraph and you want to have that gap, then you're going to hit carriage return or enter again and have a full line as a gap. But we will now have line spacing options where you can adjust it 1.2, 1.4, etc. That's great. I did have a bit of fun as we were testing this in between the live show and now, where Daniel, I chose the no spacing option, and then I added some spacing with the new options before and after, and the new line with no spacing had spacing. So, yeah.
Have a little fun with it. Yeah.
Fun, yeah. A little font geeking.
Well, and this brings me to my last point on this, is that the rollout has already started, and we're just now getting the message. So we never like that. We'd like to have some forewarning. Hey, Daryl, did you look up the whole 5 quintuple? Okay.
Yep.
Quintuple,
you got
8.3. General availability worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and DoD starting early September. So last weekish or the week prior-ish, and expect to be completed by late September 2024. that is our episode, everyone. I hope you enjoyed 349. Daryl does not believe in celebrating many holidays, nor does he... That one's a joke. But he also he does not believe in celebrating whole number episodes. So next week's going to be 350, but we're not going to do anything special because Daryl won't let me.
Why? Why would you celebrate 350?
See what I'm telling you. But what we will have next week is we will have a show, and Daryl will say...
happy 7-year anniversary of the show to you, Daniel. It's been great. Ever since you joined as a guest in August 2017, you made such an impression. I thought, yeah, I'll hire this guy. and I haven't had to give you a raise since.
I'm about to say, am I supposed to get paid? Because I haven't had a check yet.
Check again.
Yeah. And with that bombshell, we will say goodbye to everyone. See you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Bye now.